By 2045, we are going to have a huge AI crisis in terms of actually not having jobs. By 2028, 80 crore jobs are going to just vanish. And unfortunately, education is 20 years behind. आज हमें पढ़ना चाहिए 2040 में क्या होने. It's about existential crisis. Ability to empower wealth is your ability to read, learn, and implement. I'm telling you, going forward, we are not going to have conventional universities. So the whole idea, in my opinion, is that if people don't change today, you will be amazed. I used to think by 2045, we are going to have a huge AI crisis in terms of actually not having jobs. In my opinion, that is getting constrained to 2032.
You are saying next 7
In
years.
the next 7 to 8 years, we are going to see jobs. And this is very interesting. By 2028, 80 crore jobs are going to just vanish. 80 crore jobs. That's a huge number. And 40 crore new jobs are going to come. And unfortunately, education is 20 years behind. हम लोग आज जो पढ़ रहे हैं, हम लोग वर्कफोर्स में उसके बाद में जाएंगे. तो पहले ही हम लोग 5 से 10 साल पीछे होते हैं. उसके बाद हमारा जो करिकुलम है वो बहुत ज्यादा पुराना है, वो और 10 साल, तो 20 साल वैसे ही करिकुलम से पीछे चल रहे हैं. आज हमें पढ़ना चाहिए 2040 में क्या होने वाला है. Until unless we do not focus on learning what is going to happen in the future, as I told you before we started, unknown unknowns, people who can predict things which no one else can predict, they win the world. Prediction of future is the single most important lever in someone's success. If I tell you that tomorrow XYZ stock is going to hit an upper circuit and it is 100% sure it is going to happen, and invest all the money in the world that you have, you will make a ball out of it. So the whole idea, in my opinion, is that if people don't change today, they are going to appraisal. So it's a very different story. It's about existential crisis. Because going forward, more than skill, people are going to pull up people who they believe will not stab them at the back.
It's big that trust quotient will be a challenge.
Because everyone who's pulling someone into their circle is scared that tomorrow, if he becomes or she becomes as powerful that I am, what will they do with me? Will they displace? People have very high insecurity.
Why? This is the next question. Why? When everyone is saying just focus on your job and whatever the job you are doing and just grow this and you will anyways reach somewhere. Why do people have insecurities?
Because resources of corporations have consistently been going down.
But smart
I'll
people
tell you,
should have confidence on
no,
this.
but I'll tell you. Typically, number of jobs. Now, let's take an example of Reliance. People who have been chucked out, they have no job right now. And I always tell people to think like this, that you are doing your work and you get an email that you're fired. It's a horrible feeling. And that is the reason that in this world which is so insecure, see, countries are insecure. No one is able to predict a war. These are not like wars which were impending upon us. But the wars, if countries are insecure, markets are insecure, volatility is everywhere. And the only reason that we are humans and a monkey is a monkey is that we are insecure. Insecurity leads to growth.
Or to disaster.
But insecurity is actually great because you start preparation. So in my opinion, insecurity is not bad, but the thing is
followed by introspection.
And then followed by action. And then followed by learning.
So insecurity to introspection
to action
to learning. This is how the one should think.
And lastly, when people come to me and they say, why do we care about learning? Learning after trust is and I call this the LQ, the learning quotient. Ability to empower wealth is your ability to read, learn, and implement. If you are not, and I'm telling you, going forward, we are not going to have conventional universities. We are going to have these programs like the one that Inc42 is launching, the Management X. You are going to be surprised the number of people who will need this program, because unfortunately, conventional brick and mortar are not teaching things which are relevant for the next 20 years.
Well.
And people who are in the industry, corporations, example, a media house, which is seeing what is happening, is in touch with so many practitioners. They can actually create courses, and these are short courses. These are courses which you can do with your job. But the moment you do that, the idea is simple. Your learning will define your earning.